Hey there, and welcome. If your birthday is January 16th, you've probably always felt a little different. A bit more deliberate, more analytical than most. Well, we're about to dive into a personality profile that explains exactly why that is. So let's get right into it. Right at the very core of who you are is this really powerful archetype, the wise strategist. I mean, just the name itself hints at some serious depth, a sharp intellect, and a very, very deliberate way of moving through the world. So, yeah, this is you. But what does it actually mean to be a wise strategist? Like, what are the cosmic forces and the inner drivers that come together to shape this really unique identity? That's exactly what we're about to unpack. To really get the strategist, we've got to look at the blueprint first. We're going to break down the astrological and numerological building blocks that create this entire personality. Okay, first things first, your foundation is Capricorn, an earth sign, and you're ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about structure, discipline, truth, and playing the long game. This right here, this is the bedrock of who you are. What's so cool is how these three different forces all come together. You've got Saturn giving you that discipline. Then the earth element keeps you grounded and super practical. And then numerology comes in and adds this amazing layer of deep wisdom and analysis with the number 7. Let's just zoom in on that number for a second. 7. In numerology, we get your birth number from your day of birth. So, since you were born on the 16th, we just add 1 plus 6, and we get 7. And trust me, this number is a huge deal. The number 7 is literally known as the seeker of truth. It's all about this deep, almost philosophical drive to understand how the world works. It's the energy of the analyst, the quiet thinker, the person who just isn't satisfied with surface-level answers. You're always digging for real knowledge and meaning. And boom, here's where it all clicks into place. You take that practical, disciplined ambition of Capricorn, and you fuse it with the analytical, truth-seeking depth of the number 7. And what do you get? The wise strategist. It just makes perfect sense. All right, so we've got the blueprint. Now let's see how that blueprint builds your inner world. We're going to explore the incredible strengths you have, but also some of the unique challenges that come with being born on this day. Every great strength kind of has a shadow side, right? Your highly analytical mind is an absolute superpower, but yeah, it can definitely lead to overthinking. Your incredible focus makes you resilient, but it can also make you withdraw from the world. And that principled, honest nature, that's your ruling planet, Saturn talking, can sometimes tip over into perfectionism. The real trick is just understanding that delicate balance inside yourself. I absolutely love this quote from our source material because it just nails it. You might not be the loudest person in the room, not by a long shot, but under that calm, reserved surface, there's this powerful current of deep thought and quiet strength. Okay, let's get practical. How does this whole wise strategist thing actually show up in your everyday life? We're going to look at how your personality traits guide your approach to your relationships and, of course, your career. When it comes to relationships, you are definitely playing the long game. You have zero interest in superficial connections. You're deeply loyal, sincere, and pretty selective about who you let in. And while you might seem emotionally reserved at first, when someone earns your trust, they find an unbelievably deep and trustworthy partner for life. And speaking of connections, who do you tend to vibe with the best? Well, there's a pretty clear pattern here. Your fellow Earth signs like Taurus and Virgo totally get your practical nature. Meanwhile, the deep water signs, we're talking Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they connect with your emotional core. It just works. Now, for your career, it's really less about finding a job and more about finding a path to mastery. Your analytical and thoughtful nature just thrives in fields that demand depths. Whether it's the hard data of science and finance or the deep human understanding needed in psychology or philosophy, you're going to excel anywhere that insight is truly valued. This totally extends to your finances, by the way. You are a natural-born planner and a strategic investor. Your biggest challenge? Just learning to trust your own excellent analytical skills enough to take a well-calculated risk every now and then, because that's often where the real growth happens. Okay, so let's bring this all home. We've looked at your cosmic blueprint, we've explored your inner world, and we've seen how you move through life. Now, let's take one final look at what it really means to embrace your path as the wise strategist. At the end of the day, this is who you are, a patient planner who always sees the long-term picture, a deep thinker who's constantly seeking truth and meaning, and, above all else, a wise strategist who is building a life of real substance and mastery. Ultimately, your entire path is one of mastery, and you achieve it through knowledge and discipline. So, the only real question left to ask yourself is, what will you choose to master next?